Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name's CaitlinAnwyn and today I'm going to be doing a random packs build challenge. I'm going to be using James Turner's random pack generator, and this was super helpful because I was able to take away the packs that I don't own, and then I was able to generate 3 different packs, which were Laundry Day, Parenthood and Cats and Dogs. I did tick the box where I could have 1 expansion pack, 1 game pack and 1 stuff pack. So that is the 3 packs that were generated from James's generator, and I decided to build in Brindleton Bay because I had the Cats and Dogs expansion pack. So I decided to go into that world because it was beautiful and I really like this a lot. It is awful for the gallery because usually the gallery it'll just show trees. It kind of sucks, but it's like a beautiful sort of area to build in. I really liked it myself, and I wanted to build like a small little cabin, so I thought that really fit in this sort of forestry area. And I've been watching Grand Designs The Street on Channel 4 in the UK, and one of the houses on there had an asymmetrical roof like I've done on this one, and I really wanted to see it translated into The Sims 4 because I thought it'd be really easy. It's just 2 straight roofs instead of the normal one that goes like in the middle. I think it's like a nice little feature. It sort of adds to the small little box house, I think. It just makes it a little bit more interesting to me. And I wanted everything to be quite wooden and cabin-y because I kind of wanted a sort of cabin in the woods minus the creepiness. I didn't want it to be scary. I just wanted it to look cozy in this little part of Brindleton Bay. I really like it. And I noticed with this fence, the simple fence and the mission style wooden slat fence is exactly the same. And I really didn't understand why, so I got like the same sort of colour selection. One's 20 simoleons each and one's 89 simoleons each, but to me they looked exactly the same. And I didn't get it. One had more colours than the other. The simple fence had more colour variations. And that annoyed me so much that I didn't even want to use the fence anymore. I was like, why do we have 2 exactly the same fence, but just different colour variations? Like, couldn't the different colour variations go on the other fence? Both of them are base game as well, so obviously I was limiting my packs in this one for the challenge. And I thought it would be a little bit more accessible to everyone as well, because not everyone can buy all of the packs that I have, and not everyone wants the same packs that I do. So limiting myself to 1 expansion pack, 1 game pack and 1 stuff pack means that it's more accessible to people. And another thing from Grand Designs The Street is one of the other houses had this like cantilevered roof that sort of extended the back and made it sort of a inside outside sort of sitting area, so like it's totally sheltered but it's still like exposed. I don't know what the word for that is. I would probably think of it when I get to editing and pop it in somewhere, as I usually do. So with this, like, I've built the walls out so it looks like the end of the house has been pushed into the outside. I really liked it. And because I had laundry day stuff, I popped the washing basin in because it's such a small house. I knew I wouldn't be able to fit in the washing machine, so I put the hand washing little bowl in and some washing lines, which made it look really cozy. I love adding washing lines in, and of course I'm trying to match in all the woods to be exactly the same, even though I'm like stepping out of my comfort zone a bit, making it slightly asymmetrical. I still absolutely love having matching woods and matching windows to doors. I've got to have it done. So I'm using Parenthood as well, so I've just started using Parenthood in the things. I tried to use as much as I could out of the packs and not use too much base game, because everyone has base game. I like adding fun things in, and I was really glad I had that Parenthood for the wallpaper that I added in that back room, which is going to be the bedroom, and I really struggled finding a wallpaper for like the main area. I didn't know whether to keep it wooden or make it basic looking. I kind of wanted to make it look a little older and still kind of cozy looking, because it's still a cabin at the end of the day. I didn't want to make it look too modern in the inside, and I ended up just going really basic and just having like a wooden top and bottom with like cream and nice wooden floor from Cats and Dogs. I completely lucked out having Cats and Dogs. It has so much for build mode. I've built a lot of houses that are just specifically Cats and Dogs, and trying to match the woods again for the inside doors. But yeah, I have got a few builds that are Cats and Dogs only on my gallery. I haven't built them on YouTube. I just sort of liked limiting myself to certain builds, and I did start off on PC with just base game and Cats and Dogs. It was like an offer on, and I bought it then. So it's quite nice to go back to just building with Cats and Dogs, for now I'm treating myself to extra packs, having Parenthood and Laundry Day. So lucky I had Parenthood because I had fun counters and I got to do a different colour. And I like the top to that. It's like a nice warm wooden colour. And I thought, why not? Let's go a little bit colourful and go green. Kind of makes it look sort of retro to me as well. And I really like the challenge of trying to squish things in and make everything usable but still kind of cozy. So it's not, I don't think it's technically a tiny house, because I haven't set it to a budget, and it's not like the smallest house that it could be, but it's still small and cozy, and it's only a 1-bedroom, and it's sort of affordable. I think at the end I do show the gallery right at the end of the video. And then I thought that was absolutely way too matchy, that table, and switched it to a Cats and Dogs one, because that still had a minty greeny colour. Definitely lucked out with the packs that I have, because they match really well, and I didn't realise how well everything sort of fit in together. But it does really well, and I was super happy about that. Because then I could pop Parenthood in with all the Cats and Dogs stuff, and it still fits in really nicely. But I liked the Parenthood sofa because it had pillows, and if you watched my CC springtime suburban speed build, you would know that I really like the pillows on the sofas, that I could like accessorize all the pillows. I like making things look more cozy in The Sims, because it tends to look really solid, plasticky, not comfortable at all. The Parenthood one looks really cozy though. I like that. I think it looks nice and matches in with the aesthetic of the build so far. And when I don't have a lot of room in builds, I tend to use shelves as tables. So instead of having like a TV stand or a coffee table in the middle, taking up a lot of space and cluttering up the build even more, which I wouldn't necessarily know that The Sims could even wrote into some of these parts if I cluttered it up with even more stuff. So I tend to like put in like a little shelf underneath the TV as like a floating TV stand. Put some plants and some books and Control and 9 to move everything up and fit it in. I can't believe like those books don't fit on the shelves. Like they look like they're made for the shelf, right? But then they have to be move objects cheated up to the shelf. I really would have loved that there would have been enough space for that. And like a little magazine rack for your TV magazines. And because I'm building in Brindleton Bay, of course someone's going to have a pet in this cabin. They must need a pet in this cabin. So I put some dog treats by the TV as well. Thought that was cute. And I've used this plant, sized it down, and used it as sort of a herb garden, you could say, for the kitchen. Like, you could pretend that there was like basil or something in this, surely. And speaking of having pets, I'm now putting some pet balls down. And I like the automatic feeders because you can't really forget about feeding them then. Even though they only run away when you forget to feed them. But at least they've got food for a while. And I picked the nice wooden texture to match in with my cabin feel. And I tried desperately for round rugs and I hated them all. I'm really picky with rugs. Like, I tend to pick a lot of them. And I try and match in with all I could. And I thought the brown was way too matchy. Because I have wood everywhere, so I wanted a cleaner colour. So I picked grey because the table and the chairs were grey. So that just matched in with that instead. Kind of a little bit of a cop-out, but why not? And again with parenthood and cats and dogs. Awesome bathroom sets. But I've got a teeny tiny bathroom and the parenthood shower really didn't want to fit in there. And I thought I would have had really bad routine issues. So I gave up with that and just put a normal small shower in and tried to match in. And I forgot a sink. So that's a new thing with my builds. I forgot to place a sink in my kitchen. I think it's because I wasn't allowed to put a sink in my kitchen of my asylum challenge because we're only allowed one sink for medium difficulty. So I think that's why I forgot about the sink in this build. I'm not sure. But I used the parenthood sink and the cats and dogs toilet, so I could mix and match and have lots of different uses of my pack, because why not? If I'm limited to packs, why not use everything I can? And I remembered to put a toilet roll in this one, which I didn't in my asylum. For like 10, 11 parts, they didn't have toilet roll in their bathroom. That was great. I'm going to put a link to my Asylum Challenge videos in the iCards and in the description if you would like to watch them after hearing me talk about it all. I don't know whether I've been convincing how much I've forgotten to add into this, but there we go. Yeah, not a great spot. Not a great amount of room for the double bed, but I really wanted it to be a double bed and to be hopefully usable for at least 2 Sims, not just one. So I wanted it to be a double bed so 2 Sims couldn't sleep in this room. So that might be nice. There is a lot of space on this lot as well. If you do want to download this build and play in this lot, there's a lot of room for expansion, and you could even build up because right now it's a bungalow, I guess you say, just a 1-story thing. And parenthood again, completely lucked out with the single desk. I know there is one with city living because I had city living on Xbox. But the parenthood one was fine anyway. And I thought I'd make it look cozy and kind of aged with the taller lamp. So say it's just been moved, and it used to be just a writing desk and they've made it more modern by putting the laptop in there. And thankfully we've got a base game laptop because I would have been a little bit stuck because I didn't have Strangerville pack to use with this build because I was limiting myself with the random pack generator. I could have used 5 packs, but I thought it'd be a little bit more accessible for a lot of different people if I just use 3. And it's kind of clean then, isn't it? It's one of each of the different packs that is available. And I love cluttering up things. Like, some people might say this is like really messy because I've put loads of items on the desk or the dressing table. But I love messiness in The Sims. I love making things look lived in and cozy. And I wish we had a porch swing. Come to think of it. And I love the cats and dogs flowers, like flower boxes for the windows, because they have daffodils in them, and daffodils are the national flowers of Wales, so that's like awesome. I love that there's daffodils in that, so I can sort of pretend that Brindleton Bay is Wales, because it rains all the time and it's pretty much cold all the time too, and we are pretty much close to the sea at all points because our country is rather small. And if you want a full video about these paintings that I just downloaded from my own gallery, this was like a little project of mine on my own. I had a super sim that had 0 needs, paint and paint and paint until I had every single painting. So that's why I've got a vast collection of paintings, and this also helps it be slightly different because it's not a build mode painting, and it also makes it cheaper on the gallery. The paintings don't really register on the gallery, so you could absolutely plaster the walls with masterpiece paintings, but it doesn't increase the value on the gallery. So if you want to make a cheap house and make it pretty and have lots of different decorations, you can use those. But I can do a full tour of all of the paintings from The Sims. The only ones I don't have are Outdoor Retreat. In another video. Let me know in the comments. Why not? Like the video if you want to see more of those paintings. And there's my little inside-outside porch area, and I used a size-down stool to sort of look like a footrest with the cute chair. And I sort of thought in my head that it was like a wooden rocking chair, because it sort of looks like one to me. Obviously we don't have them in The Sims, so imagination's the key. And I've put like a little cleaning, laundry area out there as well, which will be nice because the Sims will still stay in the dry to clean their clothes, but they may not be able to dry them on the washing line from the notoriousness of Brindleton Bay weather. I guess if you do have seasons, that is. I'm not using that pack at all in this. You could have sunny weather all the time if you just play with cats and dogs. That would be great, actually. You could use all of the plants in the world too. And I wasn't entirely sure about this rug. I wanted to like warm up the wood, because I know once you get up in the morning and it's cold and you stand on wooden floor, like that's not fun. So I wanted to put a rug in the bedroom so it would be a little bit warmer. And if you've got any tips for like a front path, let me know, because I suck at front paths. Like where I live, there's just a relatively straight path from your front gate or wherever you got to your front door, if you got a path at all. Some places are terraced houses around here and they don't have front gardens or anything. It's just public path, door. If you're not familiar with like British houses, I guess it's kind of different. And terrain and like matching in the trees and stuff to the outside. So there is one of those white trees on the other side of the lot, on the outside of the lot. And then, yeah, I always love making the houses look like they are meant to be in the lot, even though we've only got like the square of lot to play in. I do wish for like world editing and stuff like that, so I could make an entire world myself, not just the square lot that we build in. I kind of do get a little bit frustrated, especially with terrain tools. Like you'll notice that I don't really use them often now. I have done in the past. I've messed around with them when they first come out, but it really looks odd when you go into manage worlds. I don't like the look of it. And then I thought out the back, because we're in like a like wooded area, you could say, in the middle of nowhere, I guess. We don't really have neighbours in this part of the lot anyway, in this part of the world. I made this like a farming area, and I just got rid of my paintings, and I've gone back in and I've showed this off in another video. But when I want plants in a build and I don't want to get a sim to plant plants and fuss around with all of that, I just download my own my own greenhouse. So again, this was the same Sims that I played with off camera that done the paintings. They have also been forced to garden a lot, so most of my plants are perfect-ish. Some of them are the level before, but most of them are perfect unless they were new plants that I discovered along the way. And I did go through and sort out the plants from Seasons and from Jungle Adventure because I have those plants in that lot as well. I used carlsims4guide.com to get the list of plants and the list of paintings. So Carl's Sims 4 Guide is the one that I used. It was super duper helpful. I use that a lot when I want to sort of be a completionist and get everything out of a collection, not just like if you're doing the collector aspiration, you can complete some of the collections way easier than others. They are super helpful when you want to be a completionist with things. With the Not So Berry challenge, if you want to do the Not So Berry challenge, then get all of the gems, collectibles, whatever they are, the fossils. Carl's Sims 4 Guide will tell you which fossils turn into which elements. I sort of looked into it and seen that it was pure effort and was like, no. But I don't actually have get to work on my PC, so I can't really do the Not So Berry challenge unless I do it in a different order, because I can't do mint because I can't be a scientist. And I've placed all of the plants in a rather organized way. I've put spring on the far left as you look at it, and all the way down to winter. So spring, summer, autumn, winter, fall, whatever you want to call it. So it should be easy to figure out what you're growing when, if you do have seasons too. I kind of always plant my things like that because I do have seasons, but I have realised that the packs that I'm building with, if you only have like cats and dogs, you won't have seasons, so everything will grow nicely for you, and every single line, it won't really make a difference to you. And because we're using cats and dogs, I planted some catnip down as well. So I've got catnip, napnip, and the other one, the nice ones, not the one that makes your cat angry. I didn't really get that one. And I thought I'd make like a little barbecue picnicky area by the really pretty white tree. Dogwood, I think they called it in The Sims. I can't remember now. I never really look at the names and descriptions of things, and maybe I should. But I thought it'd be really pretty to have a picnic by the tree. It'd be really nice for screenshots as well. Have your Sims all sat down, maybe for like a summer holiday if you have seasons, or just it's summer all the time if you don't have seasons, so anytime you want, sort of barbecue party. It'll be really nice with the pretty white flowers behind you and the tree. And I wanted to keep the back garden, as you can see, for like our laundry and our farm. Kind of a little bit inspired by Lil Simsy's farm Let's Build series. I did watch that and I really enjoyed that. I'd love to do like a rags to riches farming thing, but gardening seems to be kind of boring for most people to watch. So I tend to skip those parts of Let's Plays and stuff because I have heard a lot of people get bored of watching Sims just walk around and picking up plants or watering plants or whatever, even though it's way quicker now with the gardening overhaul. I'm talking about it like it's recent, and that was like last year. But we've got EA Play soon, so we might be getting a new pack. That might be exciting. Maybe a new Let's Play. And I used that as like the laundry day thing as a fire starter and kitchen roll. And that is everything. So here's like a little tour. I do have a mod to go into tab mode in build mode. Again, that's on James Turner's website as well. So if you go on there, you'll find that mod too. But I think it's really cozy. It turned out really nice, in my opinion. I never put curtains in The Sims. Let me know if you do. I'm not a fan of them in The Sims. And our tiny little nook toilet and our cute little bedroom. Really cluttered, really homey looking. I like it. So that is the entire build. So I'm going to end this here. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this and you liked the cabin I built, smash that like button and leave a comment letting me know whether you would like to see a full rundown of all the paintings in The Sims 4. If you haven't already, it would mean so much to me if you could subscribe and hit the bell to be notified whenever I upload a new video. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye.